before the birth of Christ. A mighty warrior, Caesar expanded the geographical reach of the Roman Empire beyond Europe into Asia and Africa. His growing power roused the envy and concern of many Roman senators, and they conspired to assassinate Caesar on the Ides of March. The idealistic, tormented Brutus, struggling between his love for Caesar and his belief in the ideal of a Roman republic, faces the most difficult of all decisions. Should he save Rome or should he save Caesar? He chooses Rome and lends his support to the conspirators. Rome that night is plagued with violent weather, bad omens and portents. Calpurnia, Caesar's wife, begs Caesar not to go to the Senate that morning, describing her recent nightmares of Caesar's statue streaming blood. The soothsayer warns him to beware the Ides of March. A citizen hands him a letter warning him of the conspiracy. But Caesar, drunk with power and convinced of his own infallibility, disregards all voices of warning and accompanies the conspirators to the Senate.
Caesar, I told you to beware the Ides of March. Do you remember?
I do. And see, the Ides of March has come.
Yes, it has come, but not yet gone.
Are we all ready? What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must redress?
Most high, most mighty, and most powerful Caesar, metaless Simba, throws before thy seat an humble heart.
I must prevent these Simba. These couchings and these lowly courtesies might fire the blood of ordinary men. Thy brother by decree is banished. If thou thus bend and pray and fawn for him, I spurn thee like a cur out of my way.
Is there no voice worthy than my own to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear? For the repealing of my banished brother, I kiss thy hand. But not in flattery, Caesar, desiring thee that Publius Simba may have an immediate freedom of repeal.
Pardon Caesar, Caesar, pardon him. As low as to thy foot doth Cassius fall, to beg for liberty for Publius Simba.
Will not Brutus kneel? Speak, Hans, for me.
You too, Brutus? Then fall Caesar.
Liberty, freedom, tyranny is dead. Run hence, proclaim, cry about the streets.
But here comes Antony. O mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils shrunk to this little measure? I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, there is no hour so fit as Caesar's death hour. O Antony, beg not your death of us, though now we must appear bloody and cruel. Yet see you but our hands, and this the bleeding business they have done. Our hearts you see not, they are pitiful, and pity to the general wrong of Rome. I doubt not of your wisdom. Let each man render me his bloody hand. Gentlemen, all, Friends, I am with you all and love you all, upon this hope that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Our reasons are so full of good regard that you should be satisfied.
May I produce his body to the marketplace, and as in the pulpit, as becomes a friend, speak in order of his funeral?
You shall, Mark Antony.
Brutus, I want to have a word with you. You know not what you do. Do not consent that Antony speak in his funeral. You know how much the people may be moved by that which he will utter.
By your pardon, I will myself into the pulpit first and show the reason of our Caesar's death. What Antony shall speak, I will protest.
I know not what may fall. I like it not.
Mark Antony, here, take you Caesar's body. Remember, you shall not in your funeral speech blame us.
Be it so.
Prepare the body then and follow us.
Antony pledges allegiance to Brutus and shakes hands with the conspirators. He only wishes to know how and why was Caesar deemed dangerous. Brutus replies that he will explain in the funeral oration and grants Antony permission to speak over the body of Caesar. Antony appears with Caesar's body.
Friends, give me audience. I will hear Brutus speak.
The noble Brutus is ascended. Silence.
Romans, countrymen and lovers, if there be any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Brutus' love to Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demand why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I love Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him.
Live, Brutus, live! Bring him with triumph home unto his house.
Here comes Caesar's body, mourned by Mark Antony. Peace, silence. Brutus speaks.
Good countrymen, let me depart alone. And for my sake, stay here with Antony and hear him speak. Stay home and let us hear Mark Antony. This Caesar was a tyrant.
Peace. Let us hear what Antony can say. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The noble Brutus had told you Caesar was ambitious. If it was so, it was a grievous fault. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He had brought many captives home to Rome. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor had cried, Caesar had wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff, yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. My heart is in the coffin, there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me.
Methinks there is much reason in his sayings. Mark ye his words. 'Tis certain he was not ambitious.
There is not a nobler man in Rome than Antony.
Now mark him
he begins again to speak.
Here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. It's his will, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read.
We'll hear the will. Read it, Mark Antony.
Then make a ring about the corpse of Caesar, and let me show you him that made the will. If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. Look, in this place ran Cassius' dagger through. See what a rent the envious Casca made. Through this, the beloved Brutus stabbed. This was the most unkindest cut of all. For when the noble Caesar saw him stabbed, then burst his mighty heart, and he fell.
Oh, they are traitors, villains. Oh, most bloody sight. We will be revenged.
Revenge! Let not a traitor live! We'll mutiny!
We'll burn the house of Brutus. Away, then come. Seek the conspirators.
Yet, hear me, countrymen. Yet, hear me speak. Why, friends, you have forgot the will I told you of?
The will! Let's stay and hear the will!
Here's the will, and under Caesar's seal, to every Roman citizen he gives, to every several man, 75 silver coins. Moreover, he hath left you all his walks, his private arbors, and new planted orchards. On this side Tiber, he hath left them you.
Come, we'll burn Caesar's body in the holy place, and with the brands fire the traitors' houses. Take up the body.
Now, let it work. Mischief thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt.
The crowd, enraged by Antony, now cries for the blood of Brutus, Cassius, and the other conspirators. Fire, chaos, destruction sweep through the city. Divided against its own self, Rome burns. The hounds of civil war are let loose. In the final battle at Philippi, the forces of Octavius Caesar and Antony defeat the forces of Brutus and Cassius. Both Brutus and Cassius commit suicide. The sad irony of history is that killing Caesar does not stop the Roman Republic from becoming a monarchy. After the Civil War, Octavius assumes power and declares himself Emperor of Rome.